How's it going, folks, and welcome back. It's episode number 80 of Park 2 Primera. We are back here at Racing today, and today we are going to try and get our season back on track, because it's not been the best of starts. We have played 6 games, as you can see, 4 wins, 2 draws, 0 defeats, but today that could change. We are taking on Barcelona. They are currently in 5th. They've not had the best start to the league. It's going to be a feisty one. I feel like we have a bit of a point to prove here. We drew, if we just look at our results. We drew our first 2 games of the year. Since then, we've been pretty ruthless through the month of September. We've been keeping clean sheets. We've been looking very good. Let's have a look at these results, shall we? So in the first game since you were last here at Racing, we drew 0-0 against Sevilla. Of course, we drew the first game of the season against Atleti. I was positive about that. Significantly less positive about this one. We dominated the game. We had 31 shots, an XG of 2.77. But we just couldn't find the back of the net. We made subs, we tried to bring on some of the big guns. It didn't work out in the end, so that was disappointing. But from there, we have found our shooting boots. You can see against Vallecano, a 3-1 win. Luzzi, Avramides and Pedro Porro with the goals there. Against Cadiz to start the month, Ciapina scored for us. It was a free kick, really good effort by him. 2 goals in 3 games in the league. He's on a good little goal-scoring run with Argentina at the moment. I'm hoping that he's going to come up with some big goals for us today. And well, into the month of September we go, and as you can see here, clean sheets galore as we beat Olympiacos, Celta Vigo and Osasuna in pretty convincing fashion. Worth, of course, noting, we are in the Champions League this year. The seeding, the way things work is that we got a really easy group. This doesn't happen very often, so enjoy this. PSV, Olympiacos, Milan, and ourselves, of course, AC Milan. The second biggest team in this group. This is a group we should be navigating our way through. I feel like in previous years, we've had a task at hand when it comes to getting out of our Champions League group, and as a result, there's been more episodes earlier on in the season. I feel like this season, for the most part, it's going to be a case of let's get to crunch time, let's get to the big games that are going to define our league season, and let's get ready for the Champions League knockouts, because that is where we should be aiming, just without any second considerations, I feel like, now. Just to look at the league table in a little more detail, you can see how things are looking here. We have conceded 3 goals in our first 6 games, which is good. It's not quite as good as Real Madrid. Real Madrid are a force, my friends. Look at this. 18 goals scored for, 1 goal against. They do have an identical record to us, as do Betis and Valencia. Yeah, no one's really running away with the league. Makes me regret the fact we couldn't beat Sevilla, otherwise we could be top of the table right now. But what it does mean is that we're still in it to win it. And the one thing I don't want to happen this year is that we just find ourselves miles off the pace and we never have a hope in hell of defending our title. I'm not expecting it to be as easy as last year, but I want us to be up there come the end of the year. I think that goes without saying right at this point. Now, whilst it might be a little too soon to draw upon individual performances, I feel like it's worth just looking through the squad and who's been playing well and who hasn't been playing so well. One thing that you may note right away here is, despite playing 6 games in all competitions, there's not many people who have played all 6 matches. In fact, Ramadani has played in every single game, including the Champions League fixture. In terms of the rest of the team, Jorge Calderon, I've been giving him game time. He's been rewarding me. He has 3 goals in 5 games in the league, as well as an assist. He's looking really, really good to start the year. Maybe that Spain appearance last time out gave him a bit of confidence. Elsewhere, Hannibal has started the season well with 2 goals and an assist. Avramides not doing too badly either, but with the minutes spread around, it's not like anyone's running away with it. The team is bearing the burden of expectation this year, and on the whole, they're doing it really, really well. Calderon's been great. Galini as well has had a good start to his time at the club. Of course, was not an insignificant addition. Picked up player of the match in one of his 2 appearances he's made in the league. You can see for us, he's been playing at right back. Of course, he is left-footed. He is a little bit of a weirdo, but he's a weirdo who's making it work for us, so I'm not going to complain about him one little bit. Now, in terms of transfers since you were last here, I have made one. I've signed Viljarmansen. That's probably not how you say it. I've signed him. He's from Iceland. He's got some good potential. We picked him up for 2.1k. Absolute bargain. I'm all about the cheap Scandinavian regions. Occasionally you get some good ones. My scouts recommended this guy, so we've gone in for him. Hopefully he can develop a little bit. Elsewhere on the outs, Wanderley has gone out on loan to Sporting. He was a player who was playing with the B team last year for the second half of the season. An extremely talented individual, 19 years old, model citizen. 2 goals to his name already. 1 in the Champions League, 1 in Liga NOS. I'm going to hope that he's going to develop well, even if it means He's not playing for the B team for now. And well, speaking of the B team, if you were wondering, how are they adapting to life in Liga Smartbank? I mean, they've only lost one game, but they are drawing perhaps a few too many. When we were here last time, I talked about the fact I was trying to tidy up the youth team and stuff. The youth team is still a bit of a mess. You may notice a distinct lack of defenders. Yeah, that is a minor problem. When it comes to the B team, things are a little more balanced, though. You can see here, we've not got a huge squad in the B team, a few players out on loan as well. Ultimately, however, the players who are in are getting plenty of first-team football, which is what we want to see. Desperately hoping that the likes of Borraquez are going to come on leaps and bounds this year, develop, potentially go into the first team. Otherwise, maybe, just maybe, we can ship them on for a pretty penny. But yes, the B team not running away with the second tier of Spain yet. Maybe was a little ambitious when I hoped they might win it this year. But on the whole, we have managed to tidy up the mess that was an overgrown youth and B team setup where we just had too many players. Now, there is one unhappy camper in our ranks, and that is Pablo Torre, a team leader who I've not been playing very much. I've not terminated his loan because I don't want to say goodbye, but I don't want to keep using him. But then I did play him in a game and he got a goal and an assist, so I don't know what the right or wrong thing to do is here. We could probably extend his loan by another year, but I don't necessarily think it's needed. What would you do? I feel like I've asked you guys that a lot already, and I just don't want to make a decision. He's here to the end of the year. We can figure it out as we go, right? But yeah, it is a little bit of a concern because he's unhappy, and he is right up there in the hierarchy alongside Avramides and Gvardiol. Maybe I should just play him more. Anyway, that is a little bit of a recap of how the start of our season has been going. On the whole, relatively positive stuff, hoping we're going to make it through the Champions League group without too much drama. And well, in terms of the team selection for today's game, here is our squad. Here is the team that I think is going to do it for us. We've got Ramadani in goal, Perez, Gvardiol, Petrozuolo, who of course has started his time here at the club reasonably well, hasn't got a goal yet from a set piece. I feel like that's what we want from our defenders here, given the fact he's not the craziest in the air. Maybe I'm being a little bit ambitious, hoping for him to be as good as Gvardiol when it comes to getting goal contributions, but he's done fine. He's defended well, right? That's what you sign a centre-back for at the end of the day. Estevez at right-back has been doing pretty well to start the year. No goals or assists yet, but getting a good little rating. Capanu and Tonali, of course, not really changed from last year. They're still here. They're still alive and kicking. They've still got their partnership. I've got to say, on the kind of side of Capanu, he's still developing. He is still developing. He's 22 years old. Of course, we made him into this ball-winning midfielder. He's so good at this role. He's such a specialist. Like, this is his role that he was born to do. I can't really imagine playing him at centre-back or right-back, although I guess the coverage there is useful. He is going to be in a DM today. And in terms of the rest of the team, unfortunately for us, Conceição has picked up an injury. I think he fractured his toe, so he's been out for a few weeks. That is why Calderon has played as much as he has. He's been playing out on that left-hand side for the most part, getting plenty of goals there. We'll hope he can get plenty more for us today. Siapina, Hannibal and Porro, the remainder of the players making up the final third. Anyway, I made the amateur YouTuber error of not actually being on match day, as I did the first part of this episode. We are on match day now. There's no new injuries to speak of in the last 24 hours. Let's submit this team and let's see how we get on. Barcelona, they are behind us in the league at the moment. Of course, they won the league not last year, but the year before that. They are a team who expect to win the league each and every year. Of course, we have surpassed them as of late. The stadium's under construction here at Racing. Apparently, we're only losing like 2,000 seats at the moment. I don't know where the people who normally sit in this stand on the left are. I don't ask questions about it. I think that's easier, isn't it? Yeah, the stadium doesn't look very pretty, and I am sorry for that. You will get used to it, much like I have. Anyway, back to business. Hannibal over the ball here, whips it in, back post, Gvardiol hits the woodwork, and it goes over, unfortunately for us. This is a weird game, because last year we got through this kind of game with flying colours, and I was surprised that we were able to do it. You know, we on a couple of occasions hammered Barcelona, hammered Real Madrid, and I don't feel like that is a realistic expectation to have year on year. I feel like they've got to get better. I'm sure they're going to want to look like they're doing a little bit more, although they're giving us the ball away here in a pretty bad area. Calderon Finding some space out wide. Back to Perez. Siapina. Tonali. Nice build-up play. Can we have some end product? We can't there. Shot is blocked and dealt with. Gvardiol, though, keeping it alive, perhaps. Calderon out in the wide area. I feel like we've tried to force him to play down the middle for a number of years. We're now moving him out wide. And maybe it's where he deserves to be. Perez at left-back with a superb ball into the box. And just like in the Champions League final, Sandro Tonali rolls up, gets his noggin on it, and finds the back of the net. This has been a game where there's not been a great deal of chances early on here, but that is one that we have taken. And it's Sandro Tonali and his big old forehead again. 1-0. Let's go and get another before half-time now. Statistically, in this game, first half has been a pretty one-sided affair. Barcelona yet to have a shot on target. And while Siapina, he scored a free kick already for us this year. Could he add another to his collection? He's not bad from this kind of position. Oh, my word. He nearly did score it. It's hit the outside the post and got away from us. But that was such a good opportunity. And sadly for us, I think that's going to be the last bit of action for the first half. This XG story, though, kind of tells you all that you need to know. Barcelona have not really showed up in this game so far. I'm happy with how things are going. Keep it up, lads. I wonder if I want to change anything. It feels weird, I've got to say. It feels weird playing against some of the Spain players. You know, players like Gareth Xhaka, who we, of course, saw just last episode playing for us. And also Jose Ramon, who might have been removed from my next Spain squad selection. Don't let him know. He doesn't know that yet, but he's not in the squad at the moment. It feels weird. These players now feel familiar. I feel betrayed by them in a bizarre way. Also, just pause the game. What is this? Has anyone at Sports Interactive ever seen a stadium under construction? Because it doesn't look like this. Like, I'm no builder. This is not... I mean, health and safety aren't going to approve of it. That's all I got to say. Right, we are actually playing Football Manager, Jack. We're not playing Sim City or anything. It doesn't really matter how the constructions look. But it is bothersome. But what isn't bothersome is the fact that another wing-back for us has got an assist there. It was Perez on the left first half. This time, it's Estevez on the right, whipping the ball in. And, well, you know that guy, Siapina? Yeah, last year his forehead was a little bit absent for us. Today he's turned up. I feel like in a league full of super technical players and flashy players in La Liga, we buck the trend. We're happy to lump the ball forward to our taller players. We're happy to float the ball up into the box for players to get their heads on it. And it kind of just works. We're 2 goals to the good here. We've been by far and away the better team. Just how much more can we keep this going? Pedro Porro, Hannibal, Estevez. Lovely, lovely build-up play. Pulled back. Siapina probably should have had another. If only he'd gone for it with his head. If only he'd kind of pencil dived along the floor like John Terry did that time. Maybe he could have scored it. Anyway, this game has burst into life, I'm pleased to report. We've got highlights galore. I'm hoping it's going to be us who are going to score, although Guiri to Sul... Oh my word, huge tackle to stop it getting to Gareth Xhaka, but the chance was still on until Ramadani made a big, big stop. I don't feel like I talk enough about how good Ramadani is. I don't feel like he gets the credit and praise that he deserves. He is bloody brilliant, is that man in goal for us. There's a reason he's in the Media Dream 11. Anyway, looking at the team, we're playing a bit poorly in the wide areas. So you know what? We're going to bring in Baraktar on the left and Avramidez on the right. You might be sat thinking, Jack, have you got those two the wrong way round? No. Baraktar is left-footed, or Gökdeniz is left-footed. Avramidez is right-footed. Whilst I kind of do see them both as more inside-forward type players, with the way our system works, with the fact we're playing wingers this year, we're going to stick them out there and hope that they can do the business on their stronger foot. Worth noting here, 5 minutes left. If they were to get a goal now, squeaky bum time would commence. But equally, they've got to throw men forward. And while they might not be able to throw men forward for much longer, Barella, second yellow card. And I'm going to say it now. I think that is probably this game done. Avramidez, whip it in. Hannibal nods it down to Petrosuolo. Could have had his first goal for the club. Unfortunately, hits it straight at ter Stegen. I realise I've not used all my subs here, so we'll bring in Pablo Torre for a rare appearance. Here he is. Pablo, how's it going, mate? To Estevez, who tries to get it in. It's cleared away by Stoyanshu, but only as far as Kapanu. We'll go again, perhaps. Skriniar nods it back. I mean, there's 20 seconds left. Is this going to amount to anything, or am I just being shown a pointless highlight? I feel like there could still be something here. Gökdeniz, what can you do? I mean, it doesn't really matter now. We've won the game, everyone. It's a case of, is it going to be 2 or is it going to be 3-0? Tonali, Siapina, Gurk-Deniz. Perez is on the overlap. He already has 1 assist. He could have another. Avramidis, back post, volley. Cool as you like. 3-0. Avramidis fan club, you're allowed to celebrate that one. That was a tidy finish. Great ball by Perez as well into the box. And about halfway through the first half, I said, last year we ran rampant in these kind of games. I don't know if we can expect that this year. Maybe we can expect it. 3-0, and we absolutely deserve it. Barcelona have been put to the sword. They did absolutely nothing throughout that game. 2 shots on target, 5 shots total. 22 shots, 10 on target. I mean, you can only really be pleased with that, right? You can only really be pleased with that. That is a top draw performance. And even if my stadium looks upset me, I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to be even more happy because I didn't even spot this. Valencia just beat Real Madrid 3-0. And with that, ourselves and Valencia go top of the league outright. Betis lost for the first time this season as well. And I'll tell you what, the way those results have gone is very, very beneficial for us. Oh, back to the top of the league we go, where we belong, dare I say. Very, very nice performance. Perez at left back, getting man of the match. 2 assists in that game. First 2 assists of the season for him. More like that, please. Apparently PSG want Avramidis. No. There's an asking price of 150 million. That still might not be enough. Also, that's quite an illustrious list of teams wanting Avramidis and Tottenham, I suppose. Yeah, don't intend to sell him, I don't think, at this moment in time. I hate selling our best players midway through the year. If they want him, they should have come for him in the summer. You know what? To end today's episode, we're just going to leave things looking at the league table. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. In about a month's time, we are taking on Real Madrid. That is when we are going to be back next time for the next episode. It should be a fairly big one. I'm hoping that we're going to keep our winning run going at the top of the table. We now have the joint best defence, one of the best attacks. Things are just looking Millhouse. Let's hope we can keep them going next time. And well, until then, thank you for watching. It is me, Jack. We're bloody brilliant. I'll see you next time.